Manga-Waido.
It's so cold! Look, there's crabs too!
Oh, kids playing by the riverside, huh? It's perfect weather for it, I guess. I'm Kosei Hadano. Turning away from the nostalgic sight, I was about to head to work when...
Ah! Himawari!
Huh? One of the girls was clinging to a rock in the middle of the river, barely able to move against the strong currents. Any adults watching them? Damn it, there aren't any. Wait!
But what?
I'll go and get her! Do you have your phone on you? I'm borrowing this! Hold on! I carefully waded out to where the little girl was before stuffing the plastic bottle under her shirt. You'll be fine now. This will help you to float. Now, let's slowly make our way back to the bank. Everything's okay now. Although she looked very pale after her ordeal, I was glad that there were no obvious injuries. Just when I reached the riverbank with her in my arms, I heard the sound of the sirens.
Himawari!
Thanks for calling the ambulance.
No problem. Thank you for saving my friend.
I'm just happy she's safe. With no other adults around and the other children in a state of shock, I was the only one to accompany her to the hospital. By the time we got there, I was relieved to see that she had some color back in her face. But... oh no! I'm late! Even though I was from a single-parent household, I managed to get into university with a scholarship. However, because it's hard to find a job nowadays, I've been unemployed until now. My university senior, Shioda, somehow talked his bosses into hiring me at a local confectionery company. I barely managed to get this job! I called the company right away and explained my situation. After a while, I received a call back from Shioda. I heard. You saved a kid? Yes, she was about to drown in the river. You're a horrible liar, you know. Huh? If you're going to make up an excuse for being late, at least think of something more believable. I wasn't lying! Anyway, I'm very sorry for being late on my first day. I'll change and head over right away. Forget it. The opening speech to all the newcomers is way over, and I'm busy now, so don't bother me. He'd hung up on me. Right at that moment, the other kids who were at the river arrived at the hospital.
There he is! Thank you for all your help. If it's okay, can I ask your name?
Oh, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter anymore. Bye.
Huh?
Are you Himawari's friend?
Yes, please wait.
For now, all I could do was show my sincerity by hurrying over to the company as fast as I could. When I got there, I saw Shioda and a few others cleaning up after the opening speech. I explained the situation and made my apologies. To think I was the one who vouched for you! Liars should just go home! I am very sorry. This is what I have to deal with from the very first day? How on earth do I show my face at work tomorrow? The next day... How can I trust someone who couldn't even make it to the opening speech to do his work properly? I'm sorry. Shioda seemed to be someone a lot of people looked up to at the company, so seeing his attitude towards me, the rest of my colleagues started treating me coldly as well. Even those who joined at the same time as me looked at me like I was nothing more than the dirt beneath their feet. I could practically hear the unsaid, "Look at this good-for-nothing who skipped out on the opening speech." I was outcasted by everyone from the very beginning. I tried to show them that I was trying to make amends by doing things like cleaning up the office and taking out the trash, but it's no use trying to put on a sincere act now. You should just quit and look for another way out. A week passed in this fashion. The next Monday, this was the day the president returned from his overseas business trip. You're Hadano, aren't you? The president wants to see you in his office. Huh? If I'm not wrong, he's the president's secretary. I guess even the president is angry at you for skipping the opening speech. I hope you're prepared. Come along, Hadano. Yes, sir. I'm seriously done for. When I entered the president's office... So, you're Hadano. Come in. Yes, sir. Is he the one you've been searching for, Miss Hiragi?
Yes, that's him!
Huh? You're the girl from the river. Why are you... Sitting in the president's office were the girl who I saved from drowning last week and her friend who helped me call the ambulance. You can call me Kishimoto. Thank you very much for saving my daughter last week.
Thank you very much.
Oh, not at all. But how do you know I work here?
We made you late for your first day of work, didn't we?
Apparently, a nurse had seen me apologizing on the phone to Shioda, and then promptly told everything to the girl with the pigtails, Arisa Hiragi. Arisa handed the information over to a private investigator and tasked him with finding me. The private investigator combed through all the companies in the vicinity who were welcoming new employees that day and concluded that I had to be working at this one. President Onuki has been a friend of mine for a long time. When Arisa told me about what you did for her, I felt obliged to offer my thanks in person. This person is Arisa's father. I only found out later that he's one of the top executives at a major conglomeration. If it weren't for you, Arisa would definitely have put herself at risk to save Himawari. You interfered right in the nick of time. Thank you very much. Not at all. Your daughter was a great help too, staying calm and contacting emergency services. She was amazing for being able to keep her cool despite her young age.
Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. What a splendid thing you've done, young Hadano. You really are the pride of our company. After that, President Onuki praised me in front of all of my coworkers, telling them that they should always prioritize helping others when they're in danger, just like I did. With this, all of them knew that I was telling the truth. Sorry for accusing you of lying. Sorry, Hadano. Don't be. It was partly my fault for forgetting to call and say I'd be late. I was relieved to see my colleagues start treating me more normally. All except for Shioda. It was your fault for behaving in a way that made me misunderstand. Don't get a big head just because you got a tiny bit of praise from the president. Just like that, his attitude towards me didn't improve at all. To make it worse, he started saying horrible things like, he obviously wasn't raised right. Must because he has no father. Shioda's been telling everyone that you come from poverty and used to steal from people when you were in school. Huh?
They also told me to be careful because you're a womanizer and you used to date 2 of 3 girls at the same time.
What? We don't believe him, of course.
He's going too far.
How could he spread all these baseless rumors about me? He used to be a university senior I respected very much. It was honestly quite a shock. Huh? Is that you, Hadano? Oh, Mr. Kishimoto. Is something wrong? You seem to be in low spirits. The thing is, Mr. Kishimoto takes the same train home as me. Lately, we've taken to chatting with each other whenever we run into each other at the station. I see. That Shioda seems like a troublesome person. That's one way to put it. In that case, why don't you try using this? It's a voice recorder. If you manage to collect proof of any verbal abuse, you can bring it to me. I would be glad to assist you. Mr. Kishimoto was actually a lawyer, but isn't secretly recording someone illegal as well? If it's taken as proof of someone's misconduct, it's not a problem. A voice recording will be more than enough proof for a civil lawsuit. Really? So I recorded some of Shioda's slander and abusive language towards me and sent it to Mr. Kishimoto. We've got him now. All that's left is to gather testimonies of his misconduct from your colleagues. After putting all the evidence together, President, I'm sure you'll agree that this is unacceptable behavior in the workplace, and allowing lies to spread unchecked will ruin the reputation of your company. Unforgivable! Maybe because a lawyer accompanied me when making this complaint, President Onuki wasted no time in taking action. Shiota was demoted and sent packing from the main office. But on the day he left... It's all your fault! If it weren't for you, Police officers rushed to the scene and arrested him in the middle of his rampage. In the end, he was fired and went home to the countryside. Thank you so much for all your help, Mr. Kishimoto. Think nothing of it. This isn't even a fraction of what you did for Himawari. With this, I finally had some peaceful days in the office. But about half a year after that, when I was dealing with one of our biggest clients... Understood. 200 orders of our 3,500 yen Baumkuchen. As always, thank you very much for your patronage. They put in a huge order of cakes to distribute to their employees for the company's anniversary. Whoa, 200 orders? Good job, Hadano! Thank you. We can put it into the production line now. The problem occurred a little while after this. What? You want to cancel 150? On the day we completed all the orders, the client contacted us saying he'd like 50 cakes instead. I'm afraid that's not possible. Everything's already baked and ready to go. See, I thought we needed 200 when I sent out the invitations, but turns out everyone has plans and there's not many people showing up. That's supposed to be your problem, not mine! You sell cakes in your shops as well, don't you? You should be able to get rid of the extra 150 easily, right? It would be impossible to sell so many Baumkuchens before they expire. It would cause a huge problem for us if you were to change the order now. Didn't you tell me this was your best-selling product when I bought it? Anyway, I insist you let me change the order this time. Or are you saying you'd be fine if this is my last time doing business with you? After discussing the situation with my supervisor, we agreed that standing our ground wasn't worth losing the large orders they normally put in during the holiday periods. So we allowed them to change the order to 50 cakes, and put the rest into our shops. But how are we going to sell so many before they expire? We have no choice. Let's let them go at all costs. Spread the news of this promotion to our customers. Understood. I'm sorry about this, everyone. Don't worry about that now. Let's just focus on selling what we can. Right. Thanks to the hard work of all my coworkers, our stock decreased slowly but steadily. But small baked goods are one thing. It's a lot harder to sell large quantities of whole Baumkuchens. In the end, 3 days until they were all due to expire, we were still left with 50 of them. Well, everyone already did their best. Just when I was about to give up completely...
Huh? Hadano?
Ah, Arisa! Someone you know, Arisa?
Yes, he's the guy who saved us at the river.
Oh, so he's the Superman we were just talking about. Speak of the devil. Nice to meet you. I'm Tomoya Okawa. I run a cosplay cafe around this area. And this humble one is Naoki Kato. If you ever find yourself in need of an esteemed photographer, I would be more than glad to offer my services. Sure, it's nice to meet you too. Not only were the cosplay options here high quality with lots of attention to detail, they had license agreements with the copyright holders too.
Kato here just might seem to be a little standoffish at first, but he's just an otaku as he looks. His knowledge in manga and anime is unparalleled.
Indeed. Though I'm still no match for you, Arisa. So what are you doing here?
You know, it's going to be Halloween soon, and my class was talking about doing full-on cosplays this year. So my father introduced me to this cosplay cafe. Kato knows everything about magic little Lalina.
This humble one is a true warrior of the 2D world after all.
What about you, Hadano? You have business here today?
Actually, when I told her I was walking around the neighborhood knocking on doors and trying to sell Baumkuchens...
Huh? Baumkuchens? I love them!
You're going to use your allowance to get one?
Yes, I'll get one. My father likes sweets too, so we'll probably eat it together.
Thank you. Here.
Oh, you still have so many left?
Yeah, that's right. I still have 49 left to sell after this. Seems an insurmountable task indeed. I don't mind buying some from you either, but selling an extra 2 or 3 now will barely make a dent. Wait!
You still have 3 days until they expire, right?
Well, yes.
You can't give up now. If you do, it might become a habit.
You're so strict, Arisa.
But don't worry. I know some people who would be happy to take it off your hands.
Huh? Following Arisa's directions, I drove the car to a certain university.
Oh, there they are! Daisuke!
Hey, Arisa! I assembled all of the sports club elites here just like you told me to! He's Daisuke Yamaoka, the captain of the judo club here, and also apparently one of the people who's going to buy my remaining cakes. Are you sure you want to give us such delicious-looking Baumkuchens at cost price? Of course. But are you going to eat all of them? We already summoned all the sports elites in this university with a sweet tooth. Opportunities like this don't come around often after all. Which means...
Well, just watch them. You won't believe your eyes.
Those who like sweets here, make some noise! Yeah! Hey, Daisuke! I called over some of our classmates, too! Alright! It's a Baumkuchen party! I watched in disbelief as Daisuke and his friends started to inhale the Baumkuchen at an incredible pace! Wow. Are you guys some kind of human vacuums?
Oh, here it is.
Huh? Nezu?
Someone you know, Arisa?
Yes, he's one of my father's regular clients.
You can call me Nezu. I saw Daisuke's Insta post about there being some amazingly cheap Baumkuchen available for sale here. Yes, they're right over here. Very good. Can I have all that's left? Huh? Are you sure you want to buy all 3 boxes? Of course. I'm planning to drop by my best friend's place with the cakes on the way home. Let's just say he has a lot of family. Just like that, barely an hour had passed before the Baumkuchen was completely sold out. Yes! Finally!
Good for you.
I owe it all to you. You're amazing, Arisa. I never expected you to have so many connections. They must all like you very much.
Come on, you're exaggerating.
So you get embarrassed too, huh?
Drop it. Well, I'm happy I managed to pay you back for what you did the other day.
I didn't really do that much. In fact, you're my lifesaver this time. The following week, that major client who canceled 150 orders at the last minute turned up at our office, pale and trembling. Apparently, his company had business dealings with Hiragi Group. He was intensely rebuked by Arisa's father when she told him what happened. I am terribly sorry for what I did. Mr. Hiragi has opened my eyes to the depths of my wrongdoings. I see. I sincerely apologize. Please forgive me. Arisa's father seemed nice when I met him, but I guess he's pretty terrifying to his enemies. Ever since then, with more bargaining power on our side, we've somehow managed to maintain a good business relationship.
This financier is so good!
This is our seasonal limited edition strawberry flavor. It has a nice fragrance, doesn't it? Excuse me, I'd like one of your seasonal Baumkuchens, please. Oh, Hadano! Hi, Daisuke. We have some free samples here if you'd like to try them. Wow, don't mind if I do. The two of them have fallen in love with our cakes and pastries and are regulars at the shops now. If I hadn't stepped in to save Himawari that day, I'd probably never have met them. Fate is a mysterious thing indeed. Going forward, I will continue to live while treasuring the human connections around me.